I've been here maybe 7 or 8 times. This is just my second time with my group.
It was great. You know, I mean, we opened up the stage, which was sort of strange for us because we're used to being like a headliner everywhere we go.
So, but you know, this festival, you have the best bands in the world playing at different times.
Yeah.
So everyone was a little nervous because it's like, well, and we're playing so early, will everyone get there?
Yeah.
But it was completely like packed. I'm always in for one day, and I'm always kind of debating whether or not I should do the jam session, because it's usually one of those things where it's like, well, I haven't slept in 4 days, so do I want to play or do I want to sleep? You know what I mean? And usually the playing wins out. I learned from my uncle when I was very young that when someone says something good about you, not to believe it. When someone says something bad about you, not to believe it.
Yeah.
You just keep a level head and continue to work and do what it is that you need to do to be successful at what it is you're going for and what you're trying to do. Music is very political, and I'm not the type of music that acts like that's not a part of our reality. And I always feel like the musicians that do are lying. You know what I mean? Like, it's very political, and I feel like the record that we made for that time period, it was the first time someone came out with a record where it was like, okay, this is what I want my sound to be right now. Most jazz musicians come out with recordings that are more in the tradition and follow that path to eventually get to what they want to sound like. Whereas when I made my first record, it was like, this is what I want to sound like. If you don't like it, then deal with it. A phenomenal cast of musicians. I love these guys so much. The guitarist, his name is Matthew Stevens. He's been in the band for about 6 years. The pianist is a guy named Milton Fletcher. My drummer is a guy named Jamire Williams, but the gig that we did here, Jamire couldn't make. So a guy that I played with my uncle's band for maybe 12 or 13 years, named John Lampkin, he picked up the gig and he sounded so amazing. And our bassist, his name is Christopher Keith Funk. I actually produced a couple of records this year. One is called Until I Met You. It's by a singer named Melissa Morgan. And it was like top 10 jazz radio for a few months, so which was cool. But it was straight ahead jazz, which is more my pedigree, but I sort of got outside of that for my own work. So it was fun to go back home to that.